We were doing music productions, and there was a group called the Production Company, and they were bringing people in, and then I was part of it, so I tried to get someone to bring in. I kind of spun off on my own because I kept hearing all these really great musicians. People didn't really know, but they were affordable. So you could spend $1,000 and get the rental of the hall and the music and the whole bit, and they'd be very happy with $400 because they were on their way up. So I was doing that. So I was hanging around, but I had never gotten really into the seriousness of it. I wasn't aware what the seriousness of it really was. Plus, most of my friends, not all of them, but most of my friends who were political, most black lesbians who were political, consisted of maybe 5 of us. We all kind of hung out with the same group. And it had to do more so with the politics, understanding the same way we thought about the movement. We had a voice there where we didn't have a voice in other places. So we were hanging around. And then all of a sudden I had a bookstore. So I had to go and learn a lot of stuff, get the license down, make sure the taxes were paid. But while I was there every Saturday and Sunday, so I worked 7 days a week. And I kept my compartments separated for the most part. On Monday, I became the professor that played clinical laboratory science. And Friday night, I got some sleep that I could, and on Saturday morning, I'd be at the store. And I did that for quite a while. But it kind of dawned on me that as long as it was assumed that I owned it, the idea of opening it for Oklahoma City wasn't catching on. So I changed the name from Herland Bookstore to Herland Sister Resources. There were some things that I didn't know exactly, that the woman who was in charge of the money took it. And we would never have gotten open, but didn't find that out till later. It's just that Murray put the padlock on the door, and they were out. And again, all the monies that I invested and the monies that other women that I knew had invested, and so it was gone. Who were trying to get the other one open, they were angry. And one of the women came over and she said she was going to tear down the walls. And she said that bored, and I said, I bought all the others. I said, do you want me to pay you for that? I will. I said, I got receipts. I need to see yours. And so she was.
I'm sorry. So you mean they were angry that theirs didn't happen the way they wanted? Or
it turned out that the money had been embezzled. I was at work one day and my department chair said, you know someone that needs to borrow some furniture? I want to get it out of the garage, but I want to keep it. And I said, maybe I can borrow it. Didn't tell her what for or anything. We had insurance, but they had a nice little coziness about them. So I tried to create that. Then also everything that I seemed to want, if I thought on it after a while, it happened. And then I'm thinking, how am I going to get this down here? Well, I had a van, so I could say, I'm going to have to take 2 or 3 trips to get this down. And one of my friends that I hadn't seen in a while walked into the store with a brand new truck. And I said to her, was that your truck? She said, yeah. I said, would you help me move some furniture? She said, yeah. I haven't seen her since. She moved to Florida. Started looking, got a friend of mine that was a lawyer and another friend, and how do I do this 501c3? And meantime, I had traveled to Nashville, and I went to a bookstore in Nashville. And it was set up with chairs and comfortable places and a library, and I was like, okay, that'd be so cool. Well, in the meantime, it was almost like the store wanted to live and it wanted to be. The women, well, this is the sad part about it, it got open. I changed the name. The original name was going to be, I think, La Salle de Femme. And they were really pushing it as mostly a lesbian bookstore. And my feeling was that and it still is my feeling, that we need to be more inclusive, not exclusive, in all of our movements. Because one of my phrases was that every movement that's out there that has merit needs our help. We need their help. Okay. So I remember saying to a woman in the political caucus one morning, she said something, and she said, "Oh, those women at Herland, they always want to talk about this, that, and the other, and who their partners are and everything." And I reminded her that she did the same thing to me when I first walked in.